Steve Gamache here with another Chef Knives to Go quick look product video, and this time we're checking out the Richmond Sakai series white number 2 Deba 165mm knife. This line of knives comes with a custom fitted saya, which is really cool. It is pinned, and these are kind of hard to fit, so having a saya come out of the box is pretty sweet. Just going to wipe the blade down here a little bit, get some of the wood fibers off of that. But anyway, there's your saya. So this line of knives that Mark has commissioned is, he's very happy with the way they turned out, he mentioned to me, and I can see why. These are beautifully made. The core steel is a Shirogami or white paper Hitachi number 2 reactive carbon steel. The heat treat rating is about 60 to 61 Rockwell on that. They lowered the heat treat on it, so it'd be a little bit more toughness and less fragile edge. The construction is iron cladding over the top of the white number 2 core, so it is an all-reactive blade. There's no stainless on it at all. The weight on the knife is heavy, as Debas tend to be, and this is a 277-gram knife, 9.8 ounces, almost 10 ounces, so it's got some heft to it. Blade length is 173, so this is fairly oversized from tip to heel. The overall length, about 12.3 inches. The spine at the heel, yes, you read that right. It's 8 millimeters, so this guy is thick. Traditional Debas are. And it comes down off of that, but maintains a lot of thickness and stiffness as you go, and then you can see the grind coming down into the tip of the knife. If you haven't kind of guessed it by now, this is a right-handed blade, so the right hand of the blade comes down with the shinogi or grind line of the blade road, and the back side of the blade, or the left side of the blade, is slightly concave for food release and flat ground on the edge, and you can see that grind on the very edges there. So this is a righty-only knife. The handle, or excuse me, the blade height back here is 51.6 millimeters, so quite tall, but it's a typical Deba design. The handle type is oval, and it is just a basic hoe wood, buffalo horn, ferrule. Good fit and finish on it, nothing fancy. Good handle install. The circumference on this is about 3 1/8, and I've got a typo there. I think it's about 79 maybe. Almost 80, so a little bit over 3 inches, but most Debas have a little more beefy handle for grip, and this one does as well. It's nicely relieved right here for a right-hander, which you'd be using it. And let's see, balance point's going to be quite far forward. Actually, not too bad on this one. From a pinch, it's pretty close to that. The profile on this is a gentle curve. You don't normally do a lot of board work with these as much, so you might be chopping some things up with it a little bit, but a gentle curve to it. And there's your right hand, typical single bevel profile. Right hand side of the knife, left hand side of the knife. These are pretty darn sharp out of the box. They're very sharp with some good tooth or bite to them. They've ground these beautifully. They've got a really nice primary bevel on them, or shinogi and blade road, and they've ground them into just a small micro bevel on the edge. And the back is purely flat ground with no micro bevel that I can tell. So they've just done a beautiful job on these. So I don't use these type of knives, and I'm not a righty, so I haven't cut with it, but it looks to be a beautifully made knife. Just a really nice knife. Good value for what you're getting. So there you have the Richmond Sakai white number 2 Deba 165mm knife.